Hello guys, welcome to i-tutor Academy. In today's session, we will start with the subsection of Unit 4, that is 7 subsection, and MMPC005, average deviation. The measure of average or mean deviation is an improvement over the previous two measures in that it considers all observation in the given set of data. This measure is computed as the mean of deviation from the mean or median. All the deviation are treated as positive regardless of sign. And theoretically speaking, there is an advantage in taking the deviation from median because the sum of the absolute deviation, that is ignoring plus or minus signs, from median is minimum. In actual practice, however, arithmetic mean is more popularly used in computation of average deviation. And so this is a coefficient AD is equal to AD divided by median or AD divided by mean. And based on activities here, and try to do that. And standard deviation, the standard deviation is the most widely used and important measure of variation. In computing the average deviation, the sign are ignored. The standard deviation overcome the problem by squaring the deviation, which makes them all positive. The standard deviation, also known as root mean square deviation, is generally denoted by the lowercase Greek letter, that is read sigma. In symbol, this can be expressed here. Sigma is equal to, this is the equation for the standard deviation. And if the data represent a sample of size n from the population, then it can be proved that the sum of the square deviation are divided by n minus n. Okay, instead of n. And this is the formula for the standard deviation. And based on this formula, you can try to do the activity also, then it will more clear for you. And any doubt, you can contact us also. And coefficient of variation, a frequently used relative measure of variation is the coefficient of variation denoted by CB. This means this measure is simply the ratio of the standard deviation to mean expressed as the percentage. Coefficient is equal to CV, that is sigma divided by x into 100. When the coefficient of variation is less in the data, it is said to be less variable or more consistent. So this is the equation for that. Activity also based on this, you just try to do it. And so please use your Ignou MMPC005 material and fourth unit. So these are based on the calculations only, based on formula. So practice section is more important than the theory. And skewness, the measure of central tendency and variation, do not reveal all the characteristics of a given set of data. For example, two distributions may have the same mean and standard deviation but may differ widely in the shape of their distribution. Either the distribution of data is symmetrical or it is not. If the distribution of data is not symmetrical, it is called asymmetrical or skewed. The skewness refers to the lack of symmetry in distribution. A simple method of detecting the direction of skewness is to consider the tails of the distribution. Data are symmetrical when there are no extreme value in a particular direction, so that low and high value balance each other. In this case, means is equal to median is equal to mode. And if the longer tail is towards the lower value or left hand side, the skewness is negative. And negative skewness arises when the mean is decreased by some extremely low value, thus making mean, that is median, mode, like that. And this is the symmetrical negatively skewed distribution is represent like this. So you just refer these figures from your MMPC 005 material. And relative skewness, in order to make comparison between the skewness in two or more distribution, the coefficient of skewness that is given by Carl Person can be defined as Sk is equal to mean minus mode divided by Sd. And if the value of this coefficient is 0, the distribution is symmetrical. If the value of the coefficient is positive, it is positively skewed distribution, or if the value of the coefficient is negative, it is negatively skewed distribution. In practice, the value of this coefficient usually lies between plus or minus 1. Okay, and this is q1 plus q3 plus q1 minus 2 median divided by q3 minus q1. So this is the equation for Sk. And based on the equation, you can do this activity also. It will more clear for your understanding. And next one is coefficient sk also here, so you just do this, and the summary of this chapter is here. The summary is, in this unit we have shown how the concept of measures of variation and skewness are important. Measuring of variation considered where the range, average deviation, quartile deviation and standard deviation. The concept of coefficient of variation was used to compare relative variation of different data. The skewness was used in relation to lack of symmetry. So keywords are here from this unit, and self-assessment exercise also here, and discuss the importance of measuring variability for managerial decision making. And second one is review the advantage and disadvantage of each of the measures of variation, we already discussed. And what is the concept of relative variation, what problem situations call for the use of relative variation in their solution. Distinguish between Carl Pearson and Boley's coefficients of skewness. Which one of these would you prefer and why? Compute the range and the quartile deviation for the following data, and these are the activity based questions, and try to do it. And any doubt you can contact us anytime. You can contact on contact number, or you can comment it on our comment box also, and we will help you for that. And for more MBA videos, you just do share and subscribe our channel, and thank you for the support.
i-tutor Academy presents Ignou MBA complete syllabus coverage classes for individual students, semester-wise subject with online and flexible timing. For more details, contact on +916 238 21785.